ResortLoop.com is proud to be sponsored by Joffrey's Coffee and Tea, the official specialty coffee of Disney Parks. You can find Joffrey's Coffee and specialty drinks in the parks, at Disney Springs, or online at Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The body of water that you see to the right of our forward motion is the Seven Seas Lagoon. The Seven Seas Lagoon is a man-made creation that took 3 years and the removal of millions of cubic yards of earth to complete.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. This is ResortLoop.com, the gateway to the magic. We had breaking news just recently. As we sit here, as I record this, it is Rise of the Resistance Eve. It's the day before the exciting public debut of the Rise of the Resistance, concluding the building temporarily for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Walt Disney World. Next month it will be at Disneyland. So we're just anxiously awaiting to hear some reviews from Rise of the Resistance. I know they're having a major mainstream media event today where reporters are going down, getting a little taste of it so they can send back to their TV stations, newspapers, that kind of thing. I don't know if they're going to do anything for like the blogging/vlogging community necessarily. I imagine they'll do something. Maybe they're doing them concurrently. I don't know. But breaking overnight, this is not Rise of the Resistance related, although it sort of is because it's Galaxy's Edge related. We got some news just announced on Star Wars, the Galactic Starcruiser. That's the hotel that they're going to be building for Galaxy's Edge to bring you the entire Star Wars experience. This is very exciting. We're just going to go over just what's been announced. We'll go over the pictures just kind of real quickly here, and then I'm going to buckle in to see what's going to go on with this Rise of the Resistance attraction. I'm very excited by that. So here's what Disney is saying. Just announced the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser is going to debut in 2021 at the Walt Disney World Resort. We don't know what time in 2021 just yet. It could slide in under the wire on New Year's Eve for 2022. Or my guess is they're going to, of course, aim for summer at some point. It says Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser will begin transporting you from Walt Disney World Resort in Florida to a galaxy far, far away beginning in 2021. This was announced by Walt Disney Imagineering last night, actually, as I read this. Breaking news again. This is a new type of immersive vacation that only Disney could create. This is, now we've had speculation on this before, but this is actually what it's going to be. A 2-night cruise-style itinerary where you'll become the hero of your own adventure in an experience that surrounds you 24/7 in Star Wars storytelling. Okay, sounds amazing. 2 nights. I'm all about cruising. I'm not sure I want to actually be in this thing for 24/7. Maybe that's one reason it's only 2 nights. Because they don't want to, beat you over the head with it, so to speak. Nothing's more theming oriented and immersion. The word of the week, by the way, immersion. Than getting beat over the head with Star Wars stuff. But no, that sounds really cool. It says in the new artist rendering, you get a first look at what you'll see when you arrive for your Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser vacation. I'll try to find these pictures so I can put them in the blog post with this, if you want to take a look. It says the Galactic Starcruiser Terminal is where you'll begin the Star Wars experience. So looking at this terminal, it actually does not look all that exciting. But then when I started thinking about it, it's supposed to be a terminal. It's nowhere you're supposed to spend a lot of time. Kind of like a cruise terminal for the most part. You pull up, you whip out your luggage, you throw it on the cart, and you let them take it to wherever it needs to go. But, it looks very nice. It's got that Star Wars outpost, kind of bunker almost look to it. Apparently, we're driving sport utility vehicles in here to park. Like I said, we've got some lights. We've got the sign that says Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser. There's not really any other details we can pick out of this, actually. We got people taking a selfie in front of the sign. So apparently this is accurate as of places today. I think we might see a porter get in people's luggage. We see a luggage cart. Nothing terribly exciting there, but I think it's going to give us a indication that you're not pulling up to a porte-cochere, so to speak, where you're going to pull up and see the majestic resort sitting right there. I think you're going to go into here, because you don't even see the hotel. You just see this little starport here, the Starcruiser entrance. You just see the entrance to this terminal. So I'm guessing it's going to be one of those things, Disney is always very good, especially with their newer hotels. You can go back to the Animal Kingdom Lodge, the Wilderness Lodge, where when you enter the doors, all of a sudden you get the big reveal. Although I don't think that's going to involve any kind of launch to a starship, so to speak. It says, whether you show up in a personal vehicle, Disney transportation, or by land speeder, curbside check-in prepares you to leave Earth behind. It says, jump to Lightspeed and begin your Star Wars story. I will say, if they could pick me up at the Orlando airport in a Star Speeder and get me here, that would be fantastic. My guess is it's going to be a rental car or my minivan. And who knows, for those who want the full experience, I can imagine there might be, I'm going out on a limb here, Tim Scott original thought, a Star Wars or Galaxy's Edge themed minivan. How about that? Just throwing that out there. They continue to say, from this Starcruiser terminal, you will enter a launch pod for travel to the Halcyon. We saw that announced at the last D23. Your Starcruiser in a galaxy far, far away. Although you're going light speed, it's not going to be that awfully far away. But through the pod's viewports, it looks as though you are traveling through space to approach the massive ship that is much too large to land on any planet. At least to land safely. We all saw that Star Wars movie. There were those big Imperial cruisers on the surface. Didn't end too well for them, I don't think. So it sounds like, we're going to be getting our own little spaceship. We're going to go join the Halcyon. It's doing its thing. It's in orbit. It's transporting. I'm not sure where it is. But, we'll go up there. We'll probably meet Captain Steubing on the ship at some point. That'd be nice. It says a spaceport of call to Black Spire Outpost is included in your itinerary. So this is kind of like the space version of Castaway Cay, the way I'm looking at things. So think of Black Spire Outpost as Castaway Cay. So the transports are going to take us to Batuu from our Halcyon ship. And it says to get from Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser to Galaxy's Edge and back, you'll remain fully in story as you step aboard the transport ships designed specifically for this new immersive experience, which you can see in the artist concept rendering above. I'll talk about that in a second. It will connect you directly to a spaceport at Black Spire Outpost on Batuu, where the story you began in the Starcruiser will continue and evolve while exploring the 14-acre land at Disney Hollywood Studios. I'm pretty sure the 14-acre land is Galaxy's Edge and not Toy Story Land. I'm not sure, but there could be a couple different theme vacations with this. But if you're spending, your entire 2-day immersive Star Wars themed vacation, you're going to probably want to stick with Galaxy's Edge on that one. Unless you want something from Woody's Lunchbox. So looking at the artist rendering for this transport that's going to be taking you back and forth from the Starcruiser to Galaxy's Edge to the Black Spire Outpost, looks a lot like a bus. Yeah, looks like a bus with I can't tell if those are windows. It's probably meant to look like you're traveling through space. But you got some grab straps there, it looks like. You've got some seats. You got a folding seat. Looks like you might have some room for some ECVs if you're going to be using those. Fantastic. But it's got that standard Star Tours look, inside the spaceship. You got the big railed paneling up there. Here it's yellow usually in Star Wars. At least in the Millennium Falcon, we know that's all kind of white stuff. But, so it looks like it's going to be interesting. It's going to keep you in theme. I wonder how long they're going to make this trip seem. Anyway, in addition to knowing about the arriving at the Star Terminal and then the launch pod into space, we know that when the launch pod docks with the Halcyon and the airlock open, guests will step into the ship's main deck atrium to begin their journey through a galaxy far, far away. That's probably going to be the big reveal. I was just kind of talking about there. It says the visit to Halcyon becomes a multi-day story that interweaves with members of the crew, other passengers, familiar Star Wars characters, and an excursion to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Once again, that's going to kind of be your Castaway Cay on your cruise vacation. The all-immersive experience also features entertaining activities, such as wielding a lightsaber while facing off against a training remote, where guests may just discover their own connection with the Force. That sounds like something we had heard about and talked about some Disney patents a couple of years ago. I think that's probably where that's coming from. It says you could also be able to visit the Star Cruiser's bridge to learn about ship systems and how to operate them, including the navigation and defense skills that may just come in handy during a journey through this adventure-filled galaxy. So there's going to be storylines in here. So I'm guessing you might be taking your little tour of the bridge, and who knows, something might happen. You might have to make some critical maneuvers there, or maybe launch some kind of offensive or defensive maneuvers. Oh, I hope that doesn't happen while you're on your vacation. Anyway, some facts. Here's a few fun facts they give us about the Halcyon and your star cruising vacation here. It says every window in the Halcyon, including those in each cabin, has a view of the galaxy beyond, with ever-changing vistas as the ship progresses from place to place. Also says guests will be able to explore the Halcyon and perhaps discover hidden spaces deep in the mechanics of the ship, perfect for uncovering secrets or holding secret meetings. Sounds to me, if you find some doors, you can go down on some Halcyon utilidors. Don't look for those, though, I'm sure. If it's locked, I'd keep it locked. Now, here's something we've heard about taking place inside Galaxy's Edge since the land was actually initially announced years ago at D23, was the choices guests make during their adventure will help determine how their Star Wars stories progress. So this is going to, again, choices you make are going to stay with you. They're probably going to stay, I'm going to call it my Disney account, but it's going to be that, your Star Wars app, whatever all this stuff is tied to, in the back-end system Disney's looking at, and the stuff that you can look at in your account or the stuff that comes across your app you use on your phone. It could go as far as, what'd you have for breakfast today? You probably shouldn't have had that because you're going to be getting a little shaken up later playing Smuggler's Run. So all this stuff, all these things, they're going to take into all this account, the stuff that happens to you all day long, and build it up. And there's got to be a ton of AI or machine learning in there that's going to guide you to where they think you need to go for your experience or help tie things all together, and how the characters interact with you. Maybe even how, the people working at the Halcyon interact with you, or how maybe droids are going to interact with you. It's going to be very interesting over the next few weeks, months, and years to see how all this ends up tying together and actually blend in and interact with your vacation experience. Over and over again, as I'm looking at all the details, everything is coming out for the Star Wars Hotel, for Galaxy's Edge, Rise of the Resistance. And I joked about it earlier, but the word of the year for 2020, we're almost done with 2019, is going to be immersion. Everyone's talking about the Rise of the Resistance. It's going to be the most immersive attraction ever. It starts tomorrow. We're going to find out. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about that soon. I'm very excited about that. You're going to be seeing, tons of information, not just coming from us here at Resort Loop. I'm sure all the other vloggers and bloggers and mainstream media for the next week or so. You're going to get a lot of information about this Rise of the Resistance, and we're going to find out if this is going to pay off for Disney. That's the one thing we've been saying. I mean, Bob Iger said he opened the Galaxy's Edge earlier than he should have, and he was not sure how that was going to turn out. And everybody's saying this is the attraction that's going to make or break Galaxy's Edge and decide if it's been a super success or something a little short of that. So we will see. Some of the initial videos I'm seeing, I think it's going to be fantastic. So everybody stay tuned. Thanks for listening. I'm Tim Scott. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, the website, ResortLoop.com. If you'd like, always subscribe to the show. That way you get the show every time it comes down. So subscribe to our YouTube channel over there. You can find that at youtube.com/ResortLoop. Everybody, thanks for joining us. This has been the Gateway to the Magic. May the Force be with you. See you, everybody. Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote, or for more information, visit ResortLoopTravelGroup.com.